Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Black Mass, and this movie came out in 2015, and I've heard this movie was good, and all I really knew about it was that it was worth watching, and Johnny Depp was great in it, and that's pretty much all I knew about it going in, and watching the movie, I enjoyed it thoroughly. I thought it was a good story, and I didn't have any issues with how it was told or presented, and it was overall just a good movie, and there's some really great performances in this movie. Johnny Depp is fantastic in this movie, and Joel Edgerton is great. Dakota Johnson, even though she's only in the movie for 10 minutes, she's really good. And everyone does a good job, but Johnny Depp is really the standout in the entire film, and without him, I don't think the movie would work nearly as well. And there's so many scenes where he brings like just a presence, like because he's the antagonist of the film basically, and he really captures what the character is very well. And I honestly like every other movie I've seen him in, even the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, where he's not really a good guy, like Captain Jack Sparrow, even though I love the character. Like, I wouldn't call it Captain Jack Sparrow a good guy, because he is a pirate by the end of the day. And in this movie, it's like that, but like you take out all the humor and anything that could be likable about the character, and it's just like a guy you do not want to be around, but at the same time you do want to be around because like he's the best part of the movie. And overall I thought that was like the strongest point of the movie whenever it was focused on him. And I was worried going into this movie, like whenever it wasn't focused on him, that it would just turn into something that would be completely dull, but fortunately that's not the case here. And it's really just a movie with almost nothing but dialogue, and it's engaging, and there isn't really a lot of action in the movie, and it's mostly in the second half, and even in the second half there's barely any action going on. It's mostly a film focused on its characters and just watching everything slowly fall apart, and it's always entertaining and fun to watch. And just to get into one of my issues with the movie, I wasn't really a fan of the music. I did feel as though it was overused, and it wasn't even memorable the first time they played it. And if I were to say anything kind of bad about the movie, it would be the music. And this is also not really a movie I'm rushing back to seeing. I'll probably see it again at some point, because I do think this is a good movie, and I would like to show it to other people. But aside from that, I don't know if I would be really interested in seeing this movie again if I wasn't interested in showing it to other people. Like, if I couldn't think of anyone to show this movie to, then I probably wouldn't see it again. But I'm sure there are plenty of people who haven't seen this movie that I know, and I'm curious to see what they would have to say about it. And that's one thing that I'll say about the movie, is that it is a good movie to show other people who haven't seen it before. And I do have to say that I liked the second and third acts more than I liked the first act. Not that the first act was bad, it was just that me getting into the story took a while, and it was only about a half hour into the movie that I was really engaged with it and like locked in, and I was constantly with it. And from that point it was really good. But the stuff before that, it's good, it's just not what I'm going to remember the movie for the most part, even if there are some emotional beats that I think are really great. It's just my favorite stuff in this movie is the second and third acts in particular. And without spoiling anything, there were some character deaths that I thought were effective, and they never felt manipulative, and sometimes it doesn't even show you like a lot of blood. And this movie has violence, but it's not super bloody, and like to the point where it's like a Saw film, and it's not really focused on the violence necessarily. It's mostly just where the story goes, and things going in different directions than they probably should. And when I say that, I mean like not according to plan, like what the characters are trying to do in the movie. Or at least Joel Edgerton is like getting kind of screwed over at points, and that was always fun to watch. And I do have to say, really quickly, I did have to get used to Joel Edgerton for a little bit because, not throughout the entire movie, but for a little bit, just the way he looked, he kept making me think I was looking at Jeremy Renner because he just looked so similar, just like the way he looked, like his hair, and he just looked very similar for some reason, and I did have to get used to him for a little bit. But overall, I did really enjoy Black Mass, so check this movie out despite my criticisms. I would recommend that you check it out. It's a very good movie, very engaging. Johnny Depp is fantastic, and although I didn't say too many positive things about the movie, it's very solid throughout, and it's entertaining. It's not a boring movie, especially in the second and third acts, and there's some really great moments, and it just succeeds in what it's trying to do, and overall, it's a good movie. So check it out whenever you get the chance, and with all that being said, I'm going to give Black Mass a 7 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos. As always, if you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below you thought of Black Mass, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for Terminator Genisys. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.